What's going on, guys? My name is Joe. You can find me everywhere online as TattooedTheist. We're gonna be talking about something odd today. So I came across something on Twitter. There's a page called Single Moms Posting L's. And to be transparent, I follow this page because there's a lot of truth that comes through to it, and it's humorous. Call it immoral, whatever. We're not all perfect. We watch people fall and we laugh. There are just some things where people express not so great things that happen in their lives. And it's not that it brings us pleasure, but it's that it's humorous at times. Now, I will give the caveat that a good amount of things that page posts, I don't find funny. And this is one of them. So we're going to be talking about that. The reason I really do follow is because we obviously have a really weird cultural thing going on right now with dating and with marriage, and this weird war from men to women and women to men, where everybody's just against each other. I don't agree with that. I think we've lost sight of what is important. I think we've lost sight of what our roles and our positions are. And I think it's become a battle of who's important and who is more valuable, when I don't think either party is more valuable or important. We just do different things. And I think our culture has lost sight of what those things are. So it's become a battle of value and importance, because now we're all doing the same things, or at least attempting to. So this is one example where I don't agree at all in any way whatsoever. Here's the post. I'm going to censor it. This is the post. Sorry. Let's do that. This is our Discord channel, our Discord server. You can join. It's free. It'll always be free. We do live streams several times a week, 3 times a week now, starting this week. So if you want to get in on that, we do a Bible study on Sunday. We do an open forum podcast where you can talk on Thursday. And now it's starting this Saturday. We're going to be doing kind of culture and current events and tackling them from a godly perspective, predominantly Christian perspective, but definitely beyond Christianity, just a godly perspective. So if you want to get in on that, there's a link in the description below. Join. It's awesome. Really smart people, awesome people in there. Now I'm going to read this from Single Moms Posting L's on Twitter, X, whatever. I am going to censor the language because people get very upset when I swear, even if I bleep it out. So we're going to censor it. But this is what it says. It says, this is from a single mom, obviously, because that's the whole point. Single moms posting L's. This account takes those tweets and reposts them in a mocking fashion, which, again, I don't agree with a large amount of the time. This is one of those times. This single mom posted this. She said, I am so effing heartbroken. Been dating a guy for 6 months. He's awesome with my kids and treated me like an effing queen. We broke up last night because he doesn't want to be a stepdad. Because his dream life is to be a dad and not have a mixed family. I'm sobbing. I'm screaming. This always happens to me. It's always because I have kids. I am so effing broken. This is why I was scared to leave my abusive relationship for 6 years. I don't even know what I'm looking for here. I have no one to talk to. I just moved and I have no friends here except him. I don't know how to explain to my kids that he's not getting the Christmas presents they picked out for him. There are so many things wrong with this. When approaching it from the context of what is happening big picture, what is the big picture? We have a Twitter account, an X account, that takes single moms' tweets, X's, whatever, who knows? They take single moms' posts and they repost them just to mock them, which sometimes is funny because sometimes the moms are saying something that is ridiculous. This in no way is ridiculous, in my view. In my view, the man in this case is absolutely in the wrong, 100%. So let's pick it apart, piece by piece. Been dating a guy for 6 months. 6 months. That's not a short period of time. It's also not a long period of time, but it is not a short period of time. 6 months is a good chunk of time, especially when considering it from the context of children. A 6-month-old, we don't know how old the kids are, but that's their entire life. A 3-year-old, that's a good chunk of their life. So as 30-year-olds or whatever, we don't really look at it that way, but that is the context for them, for her. She has kids. That's a chunk of their life. So 6 months they've been dating. He's awesome with my kids and treated me like an effing queen. So he treated her well, and he was obviously very involved with the kids. Okay, which is great. It's great so far. It gets not great. We broke up last night because he doesn't want to be a stepdad. Boom, first red flag. And for him, not for her. She is in the right. He is in the wrong. I believe that's objective, but I guess it's my opinion. We broke up last night because he doesn't want to be a stepdad. Why the hell was he with her? Why was he with her? At the time Kat and I got together, my daughter was about 1 year old. If 6 months into the relationship, my daughter being a year and a half old, Kat, my now fiance, says, this isn't really working out. I don't really want to be a stepmom. I'd be like, why the hell are you here? What are you doing? You are in the wrong. 100%. You should not be here. You knew there were kids. I know you knew that because he was awesome with my kids. It's the most illogical thing ever. If you know you don't want to be a step parent, you find out, at least within a week of speaking to somebody in a dating context that they have kids. Then you don't be with that person. You say, hey, respectfully, I really like you, but that's not really what I'm looking for my life. I want to have, my own kids. I don't really want to be a step parent. And there's no harm, no foul. But involving yourself in these kids' lives for half of a year, leading this woman on that you could potentially be the stepfather of her kids, which she obviously desperately wants, like any single parent would, is disgusting. It's sickening. It's really bad. And this is one of the great reasons that I feel like right now we're so hard on women. And to a degree, I get it because women are acting a fool. But at the same time, this is the part that all like the red pill people don't want to look straight in the eyes, is that there is also this side where men are being absolute garbage and giving women a reason to think what they think. And that's the problem. And this is why you've heard me say a bunch of times, if you listen to me, men need to stop doing this shit. And then perhaps, not for sure, but perhaps, women will do what the red pill people want, which is follow our lead. And if we stop behaving like idiots, immature idiots, perhaps women will do what we want them to do. And I'm one of them. I believe men should be leading the home. I believe men should be leading society. I believe men should be leading in almost every context. But that means I have to first do what I need to do. I need to first be someone who is lead worthy. I hope that makes sense. Let's continue. He doesn't want to be a stepdad because his dream life is to be a dad and not have a mixed family. Again, everything I just said. He knew that already. There is a slight chance that perhaps he didn't know that. And in that case, it changes a lot. Okay, so we're going on the assumption that he already knew that because that's probably the case. It's probably the case. I'm sobbing, I'm screaming a little. You could call it dramatic, perhaps. Whatever, dude. Like, this is rough. If this was me, again, because I can relate because I have a daughter with somebody else. I get it. So if this happened to me, I would be heartbroken. This always happens to me. It's always because I have kids. I am so effing broken. This is why I was scared to leave my abusive relationship for 6 years. For 6 years. Meaning, what does that mean? It means she actually, if she's telling the truth, stayed in what she calls abusive. Who knows what that means? Perhaps it's dramatic. Perhaps it's literal. Perhaps it's emotional. Perhaps it's psychological. We don't know. So we just have to kind of function off of generalities. But she stayed in this relationship for 6 years because she was so afraid of being a single parent, because she was so afraid of experiencing exactly what she is experiencing. That's really rough, dude. That's nothing to mock at all. There are women who experience the same types of things, who then behave in such atrocious ways that I get why you'd mock them. I don't agree with it, but I understand it. I can conceive why. In this case, with the limited context that we have, again, always keeping that in mind, this is very limited context. In this case, with the limited context, I think it's absolutely disgusting that we would bash her like this. I don't agree with this. I don't like this. I think this is such a good example of where men are failing. I'm not saying at all that women are not failing massively, but I'm saying this is a good example of where men are failing. I don't even know what I'm looking for here. I have no one to talk to. I just moved and I have no friends here except him. I don't know how to explain to my kids that he's not getting the Christmas presents they picked out for him. So she obviously shopped with her kids, and they with intention and with love and care picked out gifts for this guy who they all probably seemed to think would be sticking around and would eventually be their stepdad. That's heartbreaking, because again, I can conceive this because I could have been in a similar situation. Thank God I'm not. Kat has been around for the vast majority of my kid's life, but it didn't have to go that way. She could have done the same thing and been like, yeah, I want nothing to do with this. I want to go have my own family. That's heartbreaking, dude. Like, that's nothing to mock. It's disturbing that this is something we mock. So, and I'm going to wrap this up. This is a great example of what is going on. And I consider myself kind of a red-pilled person, I suppose. But I'm in no way blind to the fact that it goes both ways. And I've been pretty vocal about that, so I hope everybody sees that and understands that. But I think women are completely dropping the ball, and it's causing massive problems in society at large. It's causing massive problems for younger people going through the dating process and trying to pick life partners. And there's too much to talk about. So we'll cover it incrementally over the next couple of years, I'm sure. But we need not forget that men are, in my opinion, because I am traditional, the bigger part of the problem. And why? Even if I did think that women are doing more wrong than men, I still would put men at fault more, because I am traditional and I believe men are to lead. So if men stop leading and instead stoop to the level that they are accusing women of being at, then you are not leading. So therefore, why would you deserve any of what you're bitching and complaining about not having in women? If men all of a sudden stop subscribing to OnlyFans, stop supporting pornography, stop doing stupid, immature, childish stuff like that, like dating somebody knowing you don't want to be a step parent and then abandoning them after half of a year. If men stop doing all of these things, women would not be able to do the things that we are upset about them doing. Like, it doesn't click for me why men don't understand that. If you are a single male, you have the ability to be in control. If all men get together and make a stand for tradition, instead what I'm seeing is men bitching about tradition being dead while they are acting non-traditional. And it just wows me. I can't grasp it. I don't understand it. And on the other hand, I do get men's gripes with women, but I think it starts with us. Men need to start leading again. They need to start acting traditional again, meaning no porn, meaning no OnlyFans, meaning not treating women like this, but instead being a stand-up man and being someone that women want to lead, that they're down to abandon all of the things that we are upset about or that we think they should not be doing, and be like, yeah, I want to follow you. I respect you. I want to be a part of that. I don't see that. I just see men complaining about how women suck while they're doing things that are the equivalent of what women are doing. It's bothersome. It's very bothersome. I love you guys. That's it for today. Join us on Discord so you know when all the live streams are. And if you disagree, I guess let me know. I'd be happy to do a response to the comments if a number of people disagree and there's any good points. But it really aggravated me. I read this on Christmas and I just got really aggravated. I love you guys. Have a great day.